Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Gabriel. Welcome to today's daily card reading. It is Saturday the 5th of December. I hope you are keeping well and enjoying your weekend so far. Now I'm doing a card reading from the Wisdom of Avalon deck, which is this one here, and I've pulled a card called Truth. Now the message that the Divine is bringing you today is it's time to face your truth. It is time to look at the things in your life that perhaps you have been a little fearful in facing, perhaps suppressing an aspect of you out of fear and struggling with the idea of speaking your truth in some way. So Spirit is advising you to really have the courage to stand up and speak your truth, first of all to yourself, because if we're going along in our life and denying the whole truth of our situation, it's not possible for us to grow and enjoy a full life and to be the best that we can be. And certainly we are limiting our vibration. We're lowering our vibration when we're not speaking our truth or acting in a way that is real and true for us. Now, there can be many reasons why we end up avoiding the truth or only speaking our part truth. Is because we're afraid in some way that perhaps we may not be accepted, that maybe if we speak our truth someone won't love us anymore or may think less of us in some way. And perhaps we may be afraid that if we speak our truth we may be alienated, isolated, or maybe our reputation may be tarnished in any way. We do come up with all sorts of stories as to why we don't want to speak our truth, but it always comes from a place of fear. And when that happens, we're not able to be our best version. And certainly we're unable to progress in our life in a healthy way. So Spirit is highlighting to us at the moment the importance of speaking and being and doing from a place of real truth where we are confronting our fears and having the courage to speak our truth. Now, if we're experiencing some fear or what we perceive to be as a gap between ourselves and another person, we may present a story or present information in such a way that it puts us in a good light. But in reality, it's only partial truth and not our real self or our authentic self. And so we give the partial truth. And sometimes we do the same when we're a bit fearful about the unknown future. Say if we're starting a job or we're about to approach a big project, we may be fearful about speaking our entire truth. Perhaps we're a little bit worried about our ability to do something, and we may not be upfront about that or upfront with ourselves. So Spirit is saying a really great way to manage that situation is to see the truth as bridging that gap. And that is truly the only way to bridge the gap between, say, you and your special person or a person in your life. If you are hoping to improve a relationship, the only way is through real truth. And that's how we create a bridge across that perceived chasm there with that person. A partial truth will only create a crumbling bridge, because eventually that connection will break down because it is not coming from a place of strength or integrity. The same goes for when we're fearful about our future and we want to bridge the gap between where we are today and that unknown. The only way to do that is to be honest with ourselves about how we feel about that, perhaps about our skills or a gap in our skill set, is just to face our truth. And that way we make it much easier to move forward when we've got clarity, and we're coming from a place of reality. And that way we can move forward and move forward with strength, inner strength, and move forward with courage. So speaking our truth and living our truth is really, really important if we wish to grow in integrity and grow in inner strength and to mature spiritually as well. Sometimes it can be tricky to be conscious of our truth. We often tell ourselves stories believing that we are telling the truth, when really we've probably just become accustomed to speaking our partial truth because of our fear, and it can become a habit where we're not consciously aware that we're doing it. So we need to raise our vibration and raise our consciousness to make sure that we are aware when we aren't coming from a place of complete truth, and whether fear is dominating our choices, and so a time of reflection at the moment is perhaps needed. How are you going to proceed forward? And I know that it can be challenging sometimes, and a great way to approach this is to slow ourselves right down and to come back and to look at it from an observer point of view, and to check in with ourselves. Where in our life are we not being 100% truthful with ourselves or with others? What can we do to resolve that and improve that situation in us, or improve our choices? How do we overcome our fear? Now, speaking our truth sometimes is a bit scary and can feel uncomfortable, but Spirit is saying it is far better to experience that discomfort and to speak your truth and to live your truth and to be honest with how you feel about something. It's far better to do that than build shaky foundations, So do this for you, and really step up to the plate and really see in your life where you need to face your truth. When we're hearing information from other people as well, and we're placed in a situation where we need to discern truth, we can check in with our intuition and our body. Our body is marvellous at letting us know when something's not quite right. Trust what your body is telling you. Do you feel uneasy, unsettled in your tummy? Is your throat chakra feeling blocked? Is that telling you that you're not speaking your truth? What about what you're sensing from someone else in terms of whether they're telling the whole truth? Ask yourself, what's real? Okay? And that's going to help you to discern whether someone is speaking their truth as well. So it seems to me this is an important part of your journey at the moment in examining our truth and someone else's truth. It's important to realise too that every time that we tell ourselves that a white lie is going to protect someone from feeling hurt, you've got to realise that that's false, that's a myth. When we tell a white lie or the partial truth, it only serves to lower your vibration and to disempower you and the other person, because ultimately it won't sit well and someone's going to find out a whole truth. So never is there a good reason for telling a white lie or the partial truth. So let's raise our vibration. Let's come from a place of power and strength and integrity and live life from a place of our whole truth. And when we do that, we can be honest with the areas of our life that we know that we need to grow. And we can target those areas that we know that we're struggling with, and we can be honest about those areas of our life so we can begin to make improvements and focus in those areas. This truly is a message of love. It is meant with love, not with judgment, so that we can be a better version of ourselves. So that is the key message today about speaking our truth and making sure that we're not using partial truth to manipulate others to get what we want or to hide our own truth because of our fears. So I hope that message has resonated for you today, or in some way helped you to progress in your life. And if so, I'd be grateful if you'd give the video a thumbs up or a comment. Now, I'm going to upload this to YouTube today now that I'm at home, and I will put it on Facebook and Instagram for you as well. So that's it for today, my friends. Have a beautiful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye now.